South Jersey Facebook Marketplace
Ooh.
items as a new homeowner, and it's been getting dicey.
It's been going on a little bit of a ride.
It's Facebook Marketplace is weird because like Craigslist, you could just like contact people, and you're like, "Yo, I just want to exchange information." Like no exchange of information, just give me your couch and let's roll. But now you got to like see their family.
Yeah.
When you're like, you have 6 kids. I'm not buying this fucking couch.
Yeah,
That's
you got to
probably-
go in there, meet the whole fam. Yeah.
Some good demographic info on where you just moved.
Yeah.
It's like a very roundabout way of doing like the sex predator search.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like just spend all day on Craigslist checking out couches. You're like, that guy.
Yeah.
This couch has shackles.
Free couches, by the way. Not even like it's a real specific type of couch you're looking at when you're looking for free couches.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's different from Craigslist because I'm so used to just going on Craigslist, you know, just pump and dump type of deal. You can't do that to the families on Facebook Marketplace. It's a little bit of a different game.
I bought a bike one time from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, and I went over to their house on like a Saturday morning, and their kids were playing outside, and then the guy was like walking me through his bike like collection. He's like, "Any of these like tickle your fancy?" I'm like, "Do any of them work?" He's like, "Nah, but some are less broken than others." And then his wife, because I pulled up in a beer van to pick it up, she was like, "You, if you want to, you could just trade us beer." And the husband was like, "No, you cannot. I want cash."
He wanted cash for broken bicycles?
Yeah, like which was fair. I was gonna give him like $40 for like, you know, I could replace a chain or something. But then the lady was like, "Give me like 6 cores. We could call it a day."
Well, I think she's a genius. They were going to scrap the bikes, right? She was like, trade the bikes for cans, scrap the cans.
Yeah, business entrepreneurs in South Jersey. They're always thinking, always on their feet. Yeah, I like it. Where you guys are both born and raised South Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What towns specifically?
I was born at the Underwood Hospital in Woodbury,
Hell yeah! Now we're
Doc's
getting
your doctor, dude.
yeah, yeah.
and I grew up in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey.
Ooh, and how about you, Rusty?
I grew up in Willingboro, New Jersey, and then
Fuck.
yeah, dude. And then in my teens, I hit Mount Laurel.
Yeah, I like it. You're like I hit Mount Laurel.
Yeah.
You're going from bar to bar at night.
Yeah, dude.
Started in Willingboro, ended up at Mount Laurel. Actually, it's quite the jump.
Exactly.
Actually. It is.
I was waiting.
Yeah, Willingboro. I mean, my dad grew up in Willingboro back in the 60s and 70s. A little bit of a different town back in the olden days. But I didn't know you grew, because I grew up in Edgewater Park right across the highway. I didn't know you were actually in Willingboro.
Dude, I'm from Garfield North, I think it was.
Oh, I think I know someone who got stabbed there, actually.
And that's why we moved.
There's,
Yeah.
there's basketball
That was me.
courts.
Oh, basketball court, definitely not me.
Oh no, the guy I know got stabbed on a basketball court. So
Cheerleading?
this is no, I was
Definitely not me.
cheerleading. I was like the guys in the longest yard, you know, that are in the prison thing. They're wearing all the skimpy
Tracy
outfits.
Morgan?
Yeah. Tracy Morgan, and there's a few other fellers that who were they? Some of the guys in that movie I forget. But yeah, that was me. That was me during it. I couldn't make it onto the court because you see how I look.
Oh, I know that. As you know, my dad was your basketball coach.
Yeah, fun fact. Oh, actually, I didn't even introduce you guys yet. So these are the fellers. This has been the collaboration of the year in the South Jersey podcast space that everybody from Salem to Bordentown have been asking for. This is Geoff Colella and Wright from the Big Boy Mountain podcast.
Dude, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I love that Tinder radius that's recommending us.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
From Salem to Bordentown. We're all the way down here to all the way up. Yeah, and we can go all the way across the Island Beach State Park and down the Cape May. That entire quadrant, really. Yeah.
As soon as you get to Central Jersey, though, they're not clamoring for us anymore.
No, nobody up in Pennington or Freehold gives a fuck about the South Jersey Bad Boys. But now it's an interesting combination between the Bad Boys and Big Boys. So what do you define as big boys? I mean, you already know what bad boys are, but what are the big boys? Is it just like you're finally a big boy?
Do you remember the period in your life where you switched over from sharding your pants and trying to hide it to sharding your pants and being like, yo, I just shit myself?
Yeah, yep.
That's what it means to be a big boy.
Yes.
Essentially, if you're just loud and proud, you're fucking in, dude. Like if you embrace, like, I'll tell Rob, like, dude, I went to the doctor's today. Here's every detail, and it was brutal. And he's like, really? I'm like, I just had to admit that to some. So really, it's just about like getting on the mountain, being above the law, giving
Yeah.
up some offerings to the spirits, and just kind of, be vulnerable and embarrassing on the mountain because nobody can hear you up here.
Fuck, dude.
Nobody can fucking hear you up here.
That's like the same mentality we take on the Bad Boys program, just doing bad boy stuff with your bad boy friends and being vulnerable at your innermost insecurities.
Exactly,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Something about just being Jersey as hell, dude, just makes us. We're not, dude. I will say, since doing the podcast, I mean, I've always kind of embraced it with like being a comedian, obviously. But the more you steer into the embarrassing things, the funnier it is. Like everything that's embarrassing is funny as hell. But like your ego, when you're like a kid or something, you're like, I can't possibly be embarrassed. You guys are all the worst. You're like, no, dude, this is sick.
But it's even like that today with some adults. They don't even want to admit that they've ever had an embarrassing point in their lives. Everything has been so peachy. It just feels so much better to just like feed into the degeneracy and just, well, that's at least on my side, but that just is kind of lets out all of those embarrassing moments. I mean, it's pretty wild.
If you want to do like comedy anyway, it's not so you hit rock bottom and accept it. Like, you know what I mean? You need to let go of those things.
Yeah.
If you start like, why are you hiding juicy ass details about yourself, like from yourself? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think I've even told you. Here's one of my things I always go back to. I thought about this the other day. I could not understand, especially today, as opposed to when I was younger. When I was younger, when texting first came out and there was T9 and flip phones and slide phones, I had a slide phone. And I would text like an absolute piece of shit. Like I can't stand people that talk like that on the internet now. Like back then it was cool to abbreviate every single thing.
Yeah.
I would spell what, W-U-T. Like I was just an absolute piece of shit. And somehow people still talk to me on texting, AIMS. I don't know if people were that desperate or what the deal was, but oh my God.
Love LUV.
Yeah. That, and I would use twos in the middle of words instead of putting T-O. I would put a two. It didn't matter where it was in the word.
It's like the equivalent of finding your old like poetry book from high school. You're just like, oh my God, dude, I wrote like a paragraph like this.
Dude, I just think it's funny as a society, like very quickly we were like, yo, people can't be typing like this. Release the full keyboards.
Yeah.
Release the full. They were like, dude, T9 gone, done.
Yeah.
We're not keeping it. We started doing swipes. Remember that? Like, I mean, I still use it sometimes. You'll just swipe around the letters.
They brought
like,
that back recently.
right. Dude, I'll use it.
Really?
Dude, sometimes if I'm like doing something else, I got one finger. I'm just. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm writing some crazy shit, but I'm like close enough, dude.
You ever just draw anything on it and see what it says?
Yeah, dude. It'll just be me like texting someone like, gotta pick up Africa 2 days later. And you're like, what? And you're like, no, I meant like I was
on Columbus Day, dude.
I was gonna
Gotta pick up Africa. You're making that joke on Columbus Day,
dude.
Damn.
No, I was saying I gotta rock out to Africa. I'm a big
By Toto.
no Weezer.
Oh, the Weezer, the cover. Damn. Isn't that always... like, I could not live with myself if I created a banger of a song and it was better as a cover than my original. Like, they gotta feel like pieces of shit, right?
There's a couple covers that honestly
Obviously,
blow the OGs out of the water, and it's hard to admit. You're like,
yeah. It's tough.
dude, Simple Man by Shinedown rivals Leonard Skinner. Swear to God. Dude, I'll hit you with a fucking... Who's the alien ant farm? Annie, are you okay? Smooth Criminal? Get the fuck out of town,
I have
dude.
no idea.
No?
No, I don't
The rock
know.
band that
Really?
does Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson? Oh, dude, it's sick.
I don't know, dude. I've been...
I was gonna sing it for him, but I would just be singing. Smooth
I know
Criminal.
Smooth Criminal, but yeah, I don't know the cover.
Oh, dude, I know some... I don't even know, some bit of a cover band guy.
But
I don't know if I give off that look or not.
yeah, love a lot of covers.
It's
Well,
like
you know,
the boring dad version of a hipster.
just in his cul-de-sac talking about all the cool cover bands he saw. This is actually, it came up this past weekend. Brendan had his wedding. You guys both know Brendog, and he is now on his honeymoon in Cancun, probably getting an over-the-pants HJ. But
Fucking nice,
yeah,
dude.
nice. Yeah,
That's
basketball
a big
shorts
boy,
on the
bad
beach.
boy move.
That's both in one. That's a kill two stones with one bird type of situation, you know?
He's got to be careful on his honeymoon. He looks like he's gonna turn into a sweet little werewolf.
Yeah. He might be a little boy on the outside, but a big boy under those basketball shorts. You know? Yeah. So at his wedding, him and Sam, they said that they were going to sing "Total Eclipse of the Heart," but not the original Bonnie. What's her freaking name? I always forget her last name. Bonnie.
I know what you're talking about.
Clyde. I think
And
it is.
Clyde.
Clyde. Was it Clyde? Bonnie?
No, dude.
No, Bonnie and Clyde. No, that's that. That's the vigilantes. Like I don't even know what you would call them.
No, wait, were they both women, or was one? I know that Selma and Louise, they were gay. They stole money and they drove a car off a cliff or something. I might be mixing them up.
Bonnie Tyler. Tyler, that's it. Bonnie
Boom.
Tyler. I knew it was a simple name like that. Simple name, simple man, you know?
Yeah.
So they wanted to sing, not the original, but the cover from Old School that the Dan Band did during the wedding that Will Ferrell was in, where they're singing it, but he just drops F-bombs throughout it.
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking turn around? Like, he just,
Yeah.
So they sung that version of it. Sam fucking killed it. She's got some pipes on her.
Yeah.
Brendan was kind of all over the place. And, it was good, though. It was good. Like, those types of covers.
Oh, hold on. And first of all, that's a lot of points in theory on a Big Boy Mountain is saying that you sang Total Eclipse of the Heart at your wedding. I gotta say though, is Brendan a singer?
I honestly couldn't get it good enough because they had a live band there.
Okay.
They had a live band and they were playing it and they were fucking feeling it. I mean, they were just ripping it. And then Sam was singing and they were trying to trade back and forth. And I think Brendan was feeling it at that point. He was kind of, I don't know, looked like a standard dad in a karaoke bar.
Of course.
His first time out past 11 p.m. in years, like one of those types of situations. And I couldn't really get a good handle. But I mean, Sam was like fucking pushing him back and just gripping parts of it. So.
Fire.
I'm telling you right now, if someone was like, yeah, you have to sing at your wedding, I'd be like, we're not getting married. There's no way I would ever, dude, I would, if my fiance was like, I'll leave you if you don't sing in front of all of our friends and family, I'd be like, I'll see you later, dude. Yeah. I would never do that.
Yeah. She said, fuck a ring, give me real collateral.
I would never pull a fucking High School Musical Zac Efron.
Just a number out? Yeah.
Dude, would you say you're afraid to shoot the outside J?
No, dude. I think I'm afraid to sing and sound gay.
You're afraid to shoot the outside gay, dude?
Yeah, I am. No, sorry, I could have went with different way with that. But I would never shoot the outside gay, only if he comes inside my house.
Yeah.
Then I'd fucking take him out. No. God, no, props to
Where
Brendan.
did you move?
What? Oh, sorry. I own land now, so now I'm a very, I've become a little bit more of a elephant than donkey, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it changes like overnight, right? Like once you get into the house and you finally close on it, you just go outside and you just want to spit on people walking in your sidewalk.
I hope I never find out what taxes are.
Oh God, especially in this state, Jesus.
It's a nightmare.
That's why I feel like I got to get my money's worth. I got to stand outside and just bitch at the kids walking by, staring at the lawn. And I was like, yeah, you can stare at it, but you better not touch it. Better keep it moving there. Yeah, just I pay taxes. That could be your excuse for anything. It doesn't matter. Anything that goes on in your town, just show up and be like, I pay taxes in this town.
It's true.
They might take your opinion a little more seriously.
I think it's funny because I'm like, yo, get all these people away from our house. And my fiance is like, aren't you so excited for trick-or-treaters? And I'm like, nah, dude.
Damn.
No, I'm not.
Do you guys anticipate, or have neighbors told you that you're in like a hot spot for trick-or-treaters?
Well, my corner is the town bus stop for the kids.
Ooh, a pedophile's wet dream.
Wait, the town bus stop?
I don't
There's
know.
one in the town.
It's like the neighborhood one, I think.
The school or like New Jersey Transit? What do you...
I think, honestly, I think multiple levels, because there's two different buses that come, and some picks up the smaller kids, and then some pick up, like, the medium kids.
So, that's funny because some of the elementary schools and middle schools can possibly go, like, pick them up before a high school does or in reverse order. My high school where I went, we started way early. So the older you got, the earlier you had to get out. But then I've heard of other school districts where it's the complete opposite, where younger kids go in earlier and high school kids are a little bit behind.
When I got out of high school, I got out at 2:37.
Ours was like 2:10, I think.
Damn, bro.
But we started, our homeroom was at like 7:30, I think.
What was your last period of the day? Go home and smoke weed?
Yes.
2:10, dude? Are you kidding me?
2:10, yeah, because our practices and this is circling back to the conversation with your dad, our practices started at like 2:30 every day.
They did, actually.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the bleachers. I fucking hated you guys. I hated you. I hated basketball. I could hear the sneakers squeaking over My Chemical Romance in my fucking headphones.
Were you on the bleachers watching Dan play?
I now remember Mr. Wright's son coming to basketball practice, and then years later, I'm like, I didn't even put it together until right now.
Well, of course I remember, because like me seeing you, that's like, everyone in Florida remembers the one time in their life they saw snow. Like, you playing on my dad's inner city team, I was like,
You're just sitting there in your head like, one of us.
I was like, damn, I could have made my dad proud. I thought it wasn't even in the cards.
So close. We were so close, dude. I played for 2 years. I played on the freshman team because our team that were pretty good. There was no way I was getting on JV as a freshman. Played JV my sophomore year, but then they switched practice schedules to do 2-a-days during the winter where we had practice at like 5 a.m. or something, and then after school too. And I'm like, I could have done that with football in the summertime for 8 a.m. practices, but I'm not practicing before school and then showering with the entire team before homeroom. Like, I'm not fucking doing that.
That's a wild move.
You expect me to learn after I see all those dicks in the morning?
How do you expect me to get that out of my head? Especially, I got dunked on in a JV game. I'm like, I've had enough. And it wasn't even like a fast.
Did you?
Yeah, and we were at Life Center. Do you know?
Yeah.
Up like near Florence, and they have like a whole fucking academy. They're basically a charter school.
They are.
I knew it was a problem when it was a JV game and we go in there and we're about ready to take the court, and they turned down the lights and they had like a spotlight going around. They started playing music and they do intros for people. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? Is this like, are we about to like play an NBA like G League team or something? And that's basically what it was.
You're like, there's so many parents here.
But first quarter, I was sitting down on the block. I played like small forward, and guy got the ball down low, turned around, and two-hand dunked it like without even taking a step in my face.
Oh
Nuts in the face, first quarter, and I'm just like, I was standing there, what the fuck do you expect me to do? The guy was my height, but he could jump like 5 feet higher than me. So I'm like, this isn't the game for me. Let me go play field hockey.
Did time like slow down and give you time to think about all this?
Yes. Yeah, I just thought about it. I was looking down. I saw that everybody else had the cool sneakers. I did not because I was white. My parents didn't know basketball shoes. It was, yeah. There was always that problem. But your dad, one of my fondest memories of him coaching our freshman team, there was holiday tournaments for basketball between Christmas and New Year's. So like we practiced over winter break. And we were playing in a tournament, and we were playing, I believe it was New Egypt. And there isn't anyone lighter than translucent or darker than translucent on that team. It is full of just ghostly looking lanky white men.
My people.
Yeah.
I'm their mascot over there just playing against my dad.
Yeah. So this almost looks like you're playing NBA 2K against like a practice squad.
Oh, yeah.
Against like a D3 college team versus an NBA team. Like that's how it was matched up. And we ended up losing. I don't fucking know how, but we lost. Your dad told us to come to practice the next day. It was on a Saturday right before like New Year's Eve or something. We weren't supposed to have practice, but he's like, we're going to be in there practicing tomorrow morning.
We need it.
Yeah. 8 a.m. we go in there. All he did was have us run suicides for like 2 hours. And then that was the end of practice. And he ended practice by saying, Merry fucking Christmas, and slammed the door in the gym and just walked out.
Hell yeah. That sounds exactly like him. Except it didn't even need to be close to Christmas, because he would say that like if I missed Father's Day. Merry fucking Christmas.
Well, Merry fucking Christmas to me. Another Father's Day gone by with no new necktie. Yeah. So
to hang myself.
Is there any bigger power trip than a grown adult going to a gym full of kids and go, when I blow this whistle, you run. When I blow this whistle, you keep running. When do we stop? When I fucking blow the whistle 88 more times.
Today I can't see myself getting so pissed off to where I just like want to see these kids just like sweat it all out of them. I'd rather like go drink by myself at Jay's Elbow Room on 73, like something like that. But he was in there 8 a.m. and like it was in between like when we're doing the suicides, you know, when they're blowing the whistle, telling the next group behind you to go. But as he's like pacing up and down the floors of the gym is just like speaking out loud, all the thoughts coming into his head. Most of it probably didn't have anything to do with basketball, but he was letting it all out.
Anything about my mom or my family?
I don't know why I married that bitch. No, I can't imagine exactly or think of exactly what it was, but every single one of those practices was the same.
You play basketball like my son.
In his head, he was definitely doing like a Coach Carter montage where like he whips you into shape. So like he was probably like narrating his own life.
You know what I closely compared it to at the time was the movie Miracle. Remember that?
I was just, dude.
The ice skating team when they're the lights went out of the arena and he's still out there doing it. Like, Again.
I was just thinking, dude, if you guys ended up beating Russia in the Olympics, suicides were worth it.
Yeah.
If you didn't, Dude, who really gives a shit?
And Russia to us was Florence High School. If we beat them, I mean, in basketball, we would demolish them, but then they would kill us in football. It was always this like, you guys are a basketball school and we're a football school. It's one of those types of high school rivalries.
Damn, are you a white basketball bad boy?
Yeah.
Wearing a Duke hat?
Yep, that's right, dude. I was just,
dude, you're nailing it.
I just got this the other weekend too, and it's one of these like I didn't realize it was like a trucker hat. It makes my head look like it's up here, but it's actually like down here. It is so fucking.
It looks good on you.
Yeah, it fits my ginormous head, but I like the dad hats. I like not the snapbacks, but they're like close to a one size fits all. Got the Nike logo. Yeah, just got it the other week. I was down there on the campus of my people. Duke versus Notre Dame in football is what we were there to see.
Really?
What is the campus of your people?
Oh, Duke University.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A lot of whites.
Actually, it's really not. A lot of Asians down there. Well. Yeah. But that was probably one of the whitest stadiums for a football game you would ever find in the ACC.
Yeah.
Duke, Notre Dame.
Duke, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And they played like a bunch of white guys. It was
Who won that game?
Notre Dame did, but it was so frustrating because Duke was winning towards the end of the fourth quarter, and the Notre Dame quarterback, it was 4th and 19, and this is how you know it's a total Duke versus Notre Dame game. 4th and 19, the big white quarterback from Notre Dame was able to scramble and get the first down. Where else can you fucking scramble with a white quarterback and go 20-something yards for a first down on 4th down? It's fucking...
I'm actually the quarterback of Notre Dame.
You look like him, dude.
I know.
Holy shit. What's his name? Sam, I forget his
Colella.
name. You look just like him.
Somebody did send that to me, and they were like, dude, good luck on the upcoming season. And I was like, this dude is so fucking hot. Thank you for saying that. This dude's so hot. There's no way I should be compared to him. Like, I look like that guy found out 3 months ago that he got cancer and just refuses to start treatment. Like, dude, that's what I look like. That version of that guy.
Oh my God, that's fantastic! I didn't even put that together till right now.
Duke and Notre Dame is a pretty. Did you go to Duke or no?
No, I
just
did.
A fan of Duke.
I was growing up, actually, partially playing basketball on an all black team for the most part.
Name the Blue Devils.
They are the Blue Devils. The D, my name with the Blue Devil worked into it. I'm like, fuck,
nice.
I'm sold. But when I was in middle school, I was legitimately in high school. There was a couple of white guys that were on the team with me. There was maybe 2 or 3 of us any given year out of like the team of 15 or whatever. But growing up in middle school, 8th grade, I was the only white guy on an all-black team. The guy's dad was the coach, and it was Mr. Dupree. And I remember him telling me during practice after a few games, we went undefeated on the season. I mean, I barely played, but we went undefeated.
Did you call him Coach Mr. Dupree?
He just wanted to go by Mr. Dupree.
Coach Mr. Dupree.
Yeah, Coach Mr. Dupree. I was the awkward white guy that didn't know how to talk to like people at that point too. I'm sure he was just like, what the fuck? I mean, he probably had, there's no way he came to these practices not lit up. I mean, I would be. I mean, these practices were, and I was out there trying my damnedest, or darndest, as the whites say.
Damnedest.
Yeah, damnedest, that's right. And he pulled me aside and was just like, I think you got to watch white people play basketball. And I was
Smart.
like, because like the way they were running their offense did not include me, and I was trying to be included.
Yeah.
And he was basically in the nicest way possible saying, why don't you just stay beyond the 3-point line, and if we need you, we'll give you the ball.
Know your role.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, go home and watch Duke play. They're on ESPN all the time, nationally televised games. So I did, and I started watching them. This is real, yeah. JJ Redick was like a junior at the time. So I'm like, fuck, look at this guy fucking shooting 95% from the free throw line. He was 3-pointer, like all. I was like, fuck, Adam Morrison. I couldn't stand the mustache on him at the time. Now I kind of respect it. That was the rivalry in my head. It's JJ versus Adam Morrison. Meanwhile, there was like some legitimate, greats playing at the time, but I was focused on JJ Redick and Adam Morrison.
On the whites.
Yeah. So I just loved the way that Duke put their offense together. It was the classics, some pick and rolls, the fundamentals. I was all about it.
Yeah, you felt included.
Yeah, I couldn't touch rim, but I could slap the hell out of that backboard. I'll tell you what. On those layups before the games, holy shit, I would sometimes nip the padding. I mean, I was close. And that's how I just really loved to grow up watching Duke. And then over time, I ended up doing a digital marketing course online. That's what I do full time. But I did it on Duke's website. It became like an ambassador for them. They gave me a Duke.edu email address because I was like helping pitch their program to prospective students. And then I was able to get access to tickets easier.
Dude, you like white collar Rudy did.
Yeah. after the fact too. It's like I wasn't even a student there, but like technically online for a year. I don't know. So I got basketball tickets, started going to the football games, started showing up at the volleyball games, really into it.
Frat parties.
But yeah, I was at frat parties. I started buying in the school store. They have like clearance racks, and I would buy them that said like every college has like insert name here, dad, mom, grandfather, whatever. I would buy all the Duke Dad shirts. So I just had Duke Dad on them, and people would be like, what? Are you a father of somebody at Duke? Like,
every player, dude. Every player.
Yeah. But that would be a real piece of shit and buy. They had one for each of their like schools of whatever, like their law school, their business school. I would get like Duke Law, and people would be like, oh, okay, like you're the real deal. I'm like, no, I'm a piece of shit. I just bought the hat. It was $5.
It's the move, dude. I went to Boston. I bought a Harvard t-shirt from the gift shop. ASAP.
Yeah, see?
ASAP. Now, again, nobody looks at me and goes, did that guy go to Harvard? They were like, that guy stole from a store. That guy robbed the Harvard gift shop.
Don't count yourself out. The Unabomber went to Harvard. So
you're right. You're right. I can achieve whatever I set my mind to.
Ted Kaczynski really just, the fact that I know his name, he really set the bar. Dude. He is the man. There's multiple documentaries. He
made a lot of sense.
Yeah, he had a few good points.
And just a horrible way of getting them across, honestly.
Yeah, everybody deals with their frustrations in a unique way.
I agree.
And he kind of went a less than admirable route, I would say.
With that said, you look about as trustworthy as the Unabomber.
Yeah, well, I look like I went to Duke University because I just wanted to get coached by fucking Coach KKK, dude. I just wanted to really believe in his system, his philosophy.
You know, in the movie Space Jam, when those little alien worms, they steal everyone's talent and they become really good at basketball?
Yeah.
You look like you did that with football players and only got their CTE.
Yeah. I would agree.
It's just cooking in there, too.
And David Njoku's burns.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that's good. I've always wanted to get. I didn't even realize it. Carlos Boozer went to Duke, and I just want to get the jersey that says Boozer on the back, and just
that is a good jersey.
That could be my. Theme.
What was his number?
What number? What was he 4 as well?
Boozer 69 would be fire, dude.
Oh, I could get a custom one, just Boozer 69. Yeah, I don't even give a fuck at this point.
Boozer 69.
Who's gonna question it, dude?
The biggest piece of shit Duke move I've ever made was I bought a certified signed. I have it right over there. I'll give you guys the whole tour. It is a Christian Laettner jersey. You remember this feller? I have a signed Christian Laettner jersey, but it's a Dream Team USA jersey because he was on the Dream Team.
Dude, that's sick.
But it is so funny because people don't even realize he was on the team. He made little to no impact on it, and it's like, I'm going to get that jersey.
Just to put it into perspective, he had no business being on the Dream Team.
He was the one college player on there.
Can you put it into like context of players I would understand?
All right, so imagine the Olympic U.S. team is Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley,
Patrick Ewing,
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I mean, you're talking about, you name a top 10 NBA players of all time. It's these guys, right? And then they go, but this other dude in college was a pretty big name. He played for a pretty big school. He was kind of a piece of shit. A lot of people are talking about him. Let's throw him on the team. Yeah. And you're like, why? And you're like, could be a hot up-and-comer.
If, like, more of a football guy, would that be like if they put Johnny Manziel on the team, kind of?
Like, imagine...
yeah, close.
Like, let me try to think here. So, like, imagine... not even like a first-round pick. Like, imagine they threw like a... If
you say it again, Gal Gadot's going to start singing, dude.
Imagine you put a 4th-round pick on the Pro Bowl team, and they didn't even play a game yet.
Yeah.
And you're like, why is he on the team? And you're like, dude, he could be something. And you're like, based on talent, you're like, kind of. Yeah. Also, kind of a piece of shit. Kind of just would like fucking kick your dude in the nuts.
Yeah, yeah. He was one of those, like, he is the reason why he instilled such hatred in people with Duke, and it has carried on for decades after decade after decade.
He's arguably, you're right. He's arguably the poster child of what people like think of when they think of Duke now. Yeah. Which is like,
cocky white guy who's good but also plays pretty dirty
like
at times.
Grayson Allen almost kind of fits that mold.
I was just gonna say Grayson Allen too.
Like a guy who's like, he threw out a trip, you know what I mean? Guy who's just playing a little dirtier than everybody else, mainly because he has to, because he can't fucking dunk.
But when it comes down to it, he was probably, at this point, he did a lot in 4 years of college, because that rarely happens anymore. He's probably going to be the last player to actually go to 4 Final Fours because like no player, if they're that good with a good program, is going to stay stay for 4 years.
They're the one
You
and
need
done.
like a Stetson Bennett, like someone who's like, I love
Yeah.
college, dude. Asher Roth,
He's
dude.
the Asher Roth of the that's him. Yeah, Asher Roth. He's the Asher Roth of basketball.
He had
let's say.
a front row seat to the dream team, and he gets to be like, "Bro, I was on that. I got a gold medal."
Yeah. So that's what I did. I went out and got the Dream Team USA jersey for Christian Leitner, certified, signed, probably worth $30.
That's sick, dude. I'm all for that. My one of my prized possessions is my Jersey Generals hat, dude. USFL.
That's right.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's right.
I love offshoot sports. I love woulda, shoulda, coulda. That's my favorite.
I like the WNBA too. They're one of my they're one of my most.
Is that the Trans League? The
Yeah.
WNBA too?
Yeah, the WNBA too. Just a couple of asterisks at the end. Season ticket holder. Me and Brandon are gonna get we're gonna get courtside seats to the. Now, if Philadelphia had a WNBA team, what would their team name be?
We were in the running. I don't know if you saw that. We were in the running to get one. We didn't.
Fuck.
I think they're giving it to the Bay Area for like Golden State. And then I forget the other one, but I knew Philadelphia was in the running because I'm pretty sure like King Cobb was pissed off about it. He was like, "Why didn't we get one?" Like, I don't know what we would be. I said we would be. I think we would be like we would pick a stupid fucking name like the Philadelphia Stars or some
That
bullshit.
or the Betsy Rosses or something. The Sexy Betsies, maybe.
The Stars.
No, that'd be two.
The Stars
That'd
is
be
the
two
fucking XFL team. The Philadelphia Stars.
Is it
that an
really?
XFL team?
Oh, that's fucking lame as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
It would be. It's
I was
like,
using that as a joke.
damn.
Stars for what?
Or
dude?
USFL. One of the two. They combine now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We had an old riff on our podcast, one of my favorites ever, that they should make the WNBA teams mascots be lady versions of their city's man teams. Like there would be like the Wizards and the Lovely Assistants.
So what would be the Sixers?
The Niners, dude.
The Sixers would be like the fucking
69, dude.
Yeah, the Sixers, the Niners. You could have the Sixes.
I feel like Philadelphia calligraphy. You guys see that Declaration of Independence?
Penmanships.
Penmanships, dude.
It's up in the running for that. Let's see.
The
What,
feathers.
Betsy Rosses, dude. The
they
Betsies.
could very well stay the Sixes if we're talking about like out of 10. Most women in Philly are Sixes.
Oh,
we
dude.
could stay with the Sixes.
Jesus Christ.
The out of tenors.
The out of tenors, yeah. Now, this is a perfect place for me to mention that we are a feminist podcast. Me and Brendan have worn the pussy hats. We go to the marches. We support men's rights. And yeah, we're men's rights activists, but we're also feminists. It's kind of a line that we try and play.
Listen, as big boy, bad boys, all we do is support women.
Yeah.
Bad boys.
Yeah. Well, when we were talking about the WNBA, when what's his name, Mike Peoples was on the other week, and he was going on a misogynistic rant for 15 minutes. We just had to interrupt his flow and just let people know that we are a feminist-based podcast. Yeah. Speaking of feminists, my bitch wife is upstairs trying to put together a vacuum. I mean, I can't even get these fellers in the house and down to my basement without my wife being like, "Look at my vacuum I got." She's piecing it all together. She was wearing the outfit.
This is a true story.
Yeah, I can't even make this up.
She looked like when Tony Stark breaks out of the cave with the suit. She like popped out. She's got like the armor on, dude.
She was pointing that at us.
Dude, that was a plasma sniper she whipped out, dude.
Yeah, so I might have to be creating some content of how clean the floors in this house are gonna get.
Dude, I'm fucking half ghost. You can't point a vacuum at me, dude. Fucking, I'll get busted. I'll get busted.
Yeah. Now she got it, and then I'm going to get yelled at for not knowing how to work it a few weeks from now.
Dude, just hire some help. Get a Roomba.
Yeah.
Just hire the help. You don't got to tip her or anything.
No, I think they like to roll their R's. It's Roomba.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. One of those.
It does feel like they're Spanish for some reason.
It does. And if I were to have a Spaniard come in here, I'd be hiring myself a big booty Latina.
Dude, your Roomba's just huge for no reason. They're like, brother, just why it's so big. It's not going to help. It's just like 4 turns. It's going to get your floor done.
Crazy collision guard on it. Just a
For some reason, is wearing a tube top that's 2 sizes too small.
It's got $10 sticking out of the side. You're like, who gave it that?
He did. It's child support.
Wait, have you ever seen the woman that Arnold Schwarzenegger cheated on his wife with?
No.
Like the maid of the house? Brother. I swear to God, I've never seen. I mean this in the nicest way. Was it worth it? I mean, was it worth it to ruin your life on?
Would she have played for the Philadelphia 6 out of 10ers?
Dude, she would be, if they did a live action Family Guy, she would be Consuela. No.
One lemon pledge.
Dude,
I swear to God, I thought she was the vacuum.
if it's who I think it is, I could be wrong. The picture I saw, I was like, I don't know, dude.
Damn.
She works at a Holiday Inn. Like, there's no way she's cleaning your house. Like,
Well, there's this like stupid throwaway bit in Community where they kidnap this guy and they don't want anyone to believe him if he says what he saw.
Yeah.
So they have a black Hitler being fed waffles by an astronaut, right? And it's like, that way no one will believe you if you talk about this. I feel like for Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was like, no one will believe that I fucked her.
I swear.
It's the perfect alibi.
I swear.
Then CSI comes in and is like, no.
If
That
I'm
would
a
be
governor, you think I would bang a 2?
I was just going to say, it'd be great if he went to the press conference and in his voice, which I'm not even going to try to do, but if he just went up there and was just like, do you guys honestly think I would do that? Have you seen pictures of me without this shirt on? Like, that's his defense. Is like, do you think I would do that?
I'm a kindergarten cop, dude. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Ladies of the jury, is anyone wet? I rest my case.
Oh, that I've never even looked into that. I don't even know how he addressed it. Was it around the time Bill Clinton's whole thing, or was this after that?
Well, I think significantly after.
This was probably early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah, maybe even mid. I don't know. I'm such a bad gauge of time. Like 2004 feels like it was yesterday.
I put everything at the day that Governor James McGreevey came out of the closet on TV. Do you
Jimmy,
remember?
That's your BC mark.
Yeah, that's my BCAD. Like everything that came before that year, which was roughly 2004, was all,
BC, before come on a governor.
Yeah. And then AD was after.
Dick.
Yeah. So that's my BCAD right there. I remember going to football practice and showing up there, and I played Pop Warner football in Riverside and showing up and all.
Damn.
That's all.
Riverside.
That's all the coaches were talking about.
What was McGreevey the one who was doing the like under the door in the bathroom thing? Because I remember that when I was a kid. There was some like Jersey politician who was like going into men's bathrooms and he was doing a little rocket power woogity 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 under the stall. And that was like a sign for like, come over here and get some.
Oh, usually it's just a foot tap. If you do 3 on the Jersey Turnpike, there is a Dig for Meal Jersey Turnpike stop, and all you got to do is do a little taparoo. There's a Walt Whitman one there.
How do you know this?
I saw a glory hole actually at the Vince Lombardi rest stop in Jersey.
Do you
City.
know all of the rest stops by name? Hold on, dude. I was gonna give you one, like Walt Whitman. All right, it's a frequent. Bro, you're ripping through rest stop names.
I did throw. I don't think the Dick for Meal rest stop is.
He's like Dick for Meal rest stop. Tap 3 times. Ask for a guy named Mark.
He's like, well, it's easy. It's the top of my list of baby names. Come on, babe. Dick for Meal rest stop. It's a beautiful name for a girl.
This is where all the accusations of me having autism have spiraled out of, is these random references and knowing zip codes. Like, I'm pretty sure I could guess the zip code to your hometown of Willingboro in a matter of... Do you remember your zip code?
Dude, no. I wasn't sending letters, dude. I was so kidnappable.
Dude.
I didn't know my address.
I'm going to look it up right now, and I'm going to say it. I believe... I'm going to go with 08046.
That actually sounds right, to be honest.
This really is a South Jersey podcast.
Just
We're like,
sounds
let's
fucking-
rip through zip codes.
Well, here's your problem, Dan, is that you know a bunch of random shit, and you also make up a bunch of random shit, and you deliver them in the same way.
Yeah, see? Yep. There's
Damn.
the zip
Yeah,
code.
dude,
Do you
send
get
my
my zip
fucking
code?
dead grandma a letter.
What's that?
Do you think you get my zip code? Or are you not about that life?
What was your zip code? Or what was your town name?
Woodbury Heights.
Woodbury? Ooh,
Woodbury
no.
Heights, not Woodbury.
Woodbury Heights?
I'm above Woodbury.
Yeah.
I have literally heights in the name. I'm above them.
That's always cracked me up.
Dude, I think Woodbury Heights is that Camden County or is that Gloucester?
Gloucester County.
It is Gloucester. No, I am not familiar enough
Okay.
with that. It's definitely an 080, but
Yep.
I don't know the next two. I love a good 080.
9-7.
Ooh.
Not to brag, fellas.
Damn.
Not to brag.
Everybody, you call into our hotline and tell us what your zip code in your hometown was, and also let us know what's in your ass this week. Andrew Boss would call our hotline weekly and let us know what he put in his ass that past week. So that's been
Damn.
our ongoing thing.
Anything good?
What? Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think one time was a pencil. Another time might have been a tampon. I forget. But yeah,
They seem elementary. They seem like they're gonna keep ramping up.
yeah, it's like once you get used
Next
to
week
one.
it's a sharpened pencil.
None of them sound like his goal. You know what I mean? It's like you're basically like, yeah, dude, we found a mutilated cat. It's like he's going for person.
And then after that, you work your way up to the handle of a pencil sharpener, and then you just a whole pencil sharpener. Remember the old school ones that were on the wall? I put a pen in one of those and it exploded, and I had to clean it up.
Jeez,
I was a problem.
I think the final boss of things that you stick up his ass is just like a giant first place trophy, and then you're like, you finally earned it. This is what you've won.
God, what's the worst trophy to put up your butt? Probably the pennant, right?
No, your spooky bike fucking trophy, you dumb idiot. Rusty has a trophy where he won spookiest bike, and then he lied to everybody growing up, and he said that it was a BMX trophy.
Wait, what? Wait, repeat this again?
If you take the sticker off that says spookiest bike, then no one can prove what it's for.
Bro, you won like it's like aesthetics. Like, it was like, yo, you have a bike, you own it, and you made it the most spooky.
Yeah.
Here's the trophy.
Geoff likes to make fun of me because he was there on the day that I realized that I did win a trophy that said spookiest bike on it, but it was at the bike decorating contest of the 4th of July block party.
Oh, shit.
Not the Halloween bike decorating contest. He won it.
Pretty sure that I just showed up to 4th of July block party with a bunch of spider webs and a Halloween mask on my bike, and they were like, holy shit, fix this kid.
Yeah.
Like, his self-esteem is through the fucking floor.
Yeah. And
Spookiest bike is easily the participation trophy. Like, they were like, thanks for being here.
that's an amazing trophy to have, though.
I feel like one parent wanted to give me a participation trophy, and someone else was like, he did not participate. He did some spooky shit, okay?
Yeah.
If you put fireworks on your bike, it would have been a better bike decorating situation.
Holy shit. And was this contest in Willingboro, or was it in Mount Laurel?
This is actually, it was technically in Hainesport. My family was all over because my parents split up. But
oh, okay, yeah.
This was I did not even realize there were that many kids in my neighborhood. I guess none of them wanted to be my friends.
You show up to it and they're all buddies, and you're like, first time meeting them, you've lived there for 5 years.
My name is Chris.
My
name is Chris.
So fucking proud of that too. I was so proud. I was like, dude, none of the kids' bikes are even spooky. I got this.
It's 4th of July, too.
I think they thought it was like a Make-A-Wish. They were like, his wish is to meet the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Fucking.
They were terrified of you leaving that without a trophy.
Yeah.
If you walked away without being a winner, they were like, this is going to be a problem.
Like, this kid's going to end up collecting trophies. Let's start him on the good kind.
Yeah.
You're like, this kid ended up spooking 4 kids this year. They're all 6 feet deep.
Holy shit.
He spooked up the whole school.
Yeah, I was a school spooker.
He was a school spooker.
I love how liberally you guys are using that word. I wouldn't be able to say it without Brendan. I tried to tell Brendan that I took my godson to Diggerland last year, and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I will say, it's a tough sell.
It is. And honestly, have you guys been, or have you guys...
I've
like,
never been.
It's very kid-oriented, so like we took like my like kindergarten-age godson there last year, and it's like definitely more for the younger demographic. But they got full-blown diesel fucking wrecking machines out there, riding, off-roading, all this type of stuff. They had a world of options as far as what they can name this place.
Are you worried an amusement park might make your son gay? Take him to Diggerland. Yeah, I said Digger. If I said the other word, you'd know. That's cutting a quick promo for him.
Yeah, we'll chop that up as an ad right in the middle here.
I'll tell you right now, if I could just get the ear of the marketing department for Diggerland, if I could just get their ear for a second, I'd not only say maybe a name change, I would say, hear me out, let's hire Booker T. Can you dig it, sucka? Brother, that's all we're looking for.
Oh, but what if he mixes it up? Can you suck it, Digger? That's terrible.
Well, hold on. He's allowed to say it.
No,
Booker T's allowed. He's allowed to say it. He would be in the right.
Yeah, you'd be able to say that, and then we start filling their gift shop with shirts that say Digger on it.
It would be actually super tough to have Booker T be the spokesperson, because then it would just be pictures of Booker T, and you'd be driving by 70 miles an hour past a billboard, and you'd be like, what the fuck that say? Whoa, what did that say? Hold on a second. There's no way.
I would love nothing more than to drive down 73 to see Booker T on a billboard promoting a kids' amusement park. I mean, I don't know why people don't come to local podcasters for marketing advice, because I would do that in a heartbeat.
Dude.
And we'll give it away for cheap.
Yeah. And you know what pissed me off the most about when we were there is that most of the clientele that was there was like clearly from New York.
Oh.
Because they're loud, obnoxious, wearing the hats that their Mets on it.
Hey, I'm digging here.
Yeah. So, like, I was just like, why are you guys all the way down in Berlin, New Jersey? Like, you went through Burlington County to get down into Camden County. Like, it's kind of a hike for you. I thought you stopped at Six Flags and you kept it north of there.
Right.
We got to keep all these potential diggers out of our neighborhood.
Here's the only place we can go where you might be able to get away with saying something. Blame it on the title.
That's literally all it was like middle-aged Italians with like a bunch of random other subsets of kids just wandering around, and all the Italians were crossing the line.
Did the kid enjoy this place, or did you enjoy this place?
Yeah, they loved it because they had a water park there. The water park was great. It was funny though when they like you get in line.
Oh, Wiggerland.
Yeah, that's how we separate
The water park.
the boys from the Wiggers. Is that we get it? The way that they had it set up though is that you could like literally get on a like a freaking backhoe or something, and you could be this tall to go on it. But like they were just legit. Like there was no like what do you call them, governors or limiters on these things. They were just
Carnies.
Yeah, they're full blown. Just
no McGreevies.
no, there was no
governors?
McGreevies. There was no Corzines. There was no Christies. There was none of them. And they just had a 5-year-old jump in this backhoe. It's diesel powered, and they're trying to tell him how to operate it in 5 seconds. And he looked kind of confused, and then he kind of got it. You just see the thing like shaking wildly out of control, going in and out of gear. Like they just let them run with it. I thought that was fun.
Sick, dude. There's probably just like some guy on staff who just loves fixing broken engines. He's like, give me another one. Like,
This definitely is like an autistic guy's playground. Like
Definitely.
it's nothing. Yeah. You just have these things. You get to pick up dirt and you drop them over there. You're talking about bulldozers all day. Like,
hear me out. A big sandbox.
I'm a bit of a Tonkaloid myself.
I was going to say, you could call that place fucking Tonka Land, and it would still be better.
That's all they had to have there. They had Tonka stuff. They had Thomas the Tank engines. They had a random zip line that was going through and over everybody's head. It was kind of...
So basically the theme is, well, you let your kid come here, so...
Have them break our shit instead of getting behind the wheel of your own car in your driveway because his drunk father left the keys in the car the night before. You know, one of those kind of situations.
You want to go to the beach but not go to the ocean? Come hang out in this dirt.
Yeah, in the middle of the summer. How about go on your way to the shore, but just stop here and don't go any further. They're right next to like Sahara Sam's or whatever on 73.
Are there any rides like besides like getting in the car? Like, is there any like type of roller coaster? Like, it's not like an
There's
amusement
this
park,
dune
right?
buggy on cinder blocks and rev the engine.
The closest thing to it was that they had like an open back like Jeep that's like on dirt, so you're like kind of off-roading in a way, but it's like open on the back, and they let the kids sit in the front and they like drive it around a little bit and then come back. Like,
So you're saying it's a lot of New York City folk. I feel like I would think it was a lot of like South Jersey hicks.
it's a combination of both, which makes it very interesting because you're mixing those two demos together and they don't belong in the same place together, especially standing in line in the heat.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, all of the smells and all the language you hear, it's just, it threw me off.
Fascinating.
It threw me off. Just imagine a hick from Atco that is going to Diggerland because their Speedway Raceway thing got shut down. Do you know that drag racing
Did it
place?
get shut down?
Yeah, somebody bought it and it's shut down now. So
I'm buying it because it's too damn loud.
I can't move my trailer.
Damn,
It's stuck there.
They're gonna pave over that parking lot and put up a paradise.
They're going to pave over that parking lot and put up another parking lot.
Yeah, and they're gonna love it just as much. Yeah, because they get to drive their fucking cars. They've probably spent $35,000 restoring to the point of where they can barely move.
And you know what, dude? Good. I'm glad that shit shut down, dude. I'm tired of people putting in their fucking, goddamn tax return into a goddamn piece of shit Chevy Cavalier. And they're like, nah, I souped it up, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna get one good run out of this.
That's like the mascot of Diggerland. It's like they got Mickey at Disney, they got Bugs Bunny at there, and they got uncles, guys your mom makes you call uncle, and that guy at Diggerland.
Their mascot is just Uncle Ricky, who owns a used car lot on the White Horse Pike.
Well, he basically owns it.
And he's got a Coors Banquet in his hand. while operating heavy machinery. But yeah, that Atco Raceway shut down, so all those people went over to Diggerland, and then everybody from close to New York, there's like, let's see what the country looks like, and then they go deep into South Jersey and end up there. I just wish they would all stay contained in Six Flags. That's why we built Six Flags, to contain the New Yorkers. Just there and some of the shore points, but they just somehow get out of it. It's kind of like in Jurassic Park when the velociraptors get out of their enclosure. It's like we gotta enclose them.
Yeah, it's their Oregon Trail. You're like, how'd you get this far? How'd you get over here?
You weren't supposed to make it here. Syphilis didn't kill you.
It's like Wakanda has like the fake civilization to hide it. We put an amusement park to hide like nice towns and schools. We're like, no, don't send your kid down here. Don't worry about it. Our school system sucks.
Do you guys know of any South Jersey towns that you would want to have like a quarantine zone for Pennsylvanians in the summer? Like we just like fence them into one South Jersey town, like Pennsauken would be a nice one, not too far over the bridge.
I think they should stay in fucking dude, I'm living in Philly now. I'm an insurgent. Don't worry, I'm still true to my South Jersey bad boy roots, and you know it's true because my door doesn't have a driver's side door handle because someone stole it.
How do you get in your car?
Huh? I very carefully. Fucking nah, dude. I got a whole system worked out. Don't worry about it.
With the thief's permission.
Look, at this point, how I get in my car and keeping that a secret is my only anti-theft system. So how about I keep that one to me? Jeff's out here reading out his hospital of birth. I'm not telling people I got in my car.
Bro, I'll tell you exactly where I was born, dude. The same doctor who delivered me delivered my dad.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
delivered his dad a failure of a son.
Yeah, yeah. It was delivered on time. All right.
Well, is that true? How old was he when he delivered your dad and then you?
Oh, good question. I didn't ask him. I think he was dead by the time I was like 7.
Doogie Howser. He was like a little baby doctor in his dad's lab coat.
My grandpa was like, "You'll never be a real doctor." Then he delivered me, and he's like, "You've grown up strong, son." No, I was thought about this the other day. I've been it's like uncanny how much I've been following in my dad's footsteps to the point where it's like gross. Like me and my dad have the same exact name. We were born in the same exact hospital by the same exact doctor. We both are I'm getting married, but he married my mom, who's a school teacher. My fiance is a school teacher.
Holy shit.
We both lived in the Forest Creek apartment complex growing up.
You both tilt your head to the left when you kiss.
That happened.
And then you have to switch.
Each
and
other.
It's a whole silly thing.
Each other. And then the house I just bought is 5 houses down from my childhood home. That was my dad's first house.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then yeah, so I basically, fingers crossed, I should be 6'4" by next year. So if I could just be my dad.
Couple more inches to go. Yeah, just be like daddy. It'll be like
I'm
that.
just him, but worse. I'm 4 inches shorter and worse.
Whoa, it's almost like you guys grew up in the same demographic and tax bracket. The same region.
Was your dad also a stand-up comedian, dabbling in the arts?
Nah, he was a Blockbuster manager. And then he got into storage, which, as an Italian, just feels like he's in the mafia.
Yeah, you can't own a storage facility. And tell me it was like Balboni storage.
He's got a lot of properties. That's what he says. He's always like, I got a lot of properties.
Meat lockers.
And let me guess, the storage units were not temperature controlled.
Yeah, well, I will say this. He's always like, it's one of my properties in Houston, Texas. I got to go there for business. And I'm like, the fuck? For what?
Did a hooker die in a 12x12? What the hell?
Dude, what are you cutting locks in Houston, Texas? We don't have a guy who can do that.
Damn, was your dad ever on Storage Wars? He's just open up.
No, but I'll tell you what, he fucking loved it. Because he was like, bro, people are coming and bidding on things that definitely don't exist. Like, there's one episode of, like, you know, one of those, like, storage auction things, and somebody, like, finds, like, a treasure chest from a pirate that was so clearly planted by the producers.
Holy shit.
He's like, bro, people are coming and spending, like, $900 on just, like, broken CDs.
Let's see what's in the South Jersey U-Haul. It's Blackbeard's treasure.
He's like, I'm making a fortune off of everyone's junk.
Damn, you know what? When that show was out and I was watching it a little bit, like drunk at night type of thing, I looked up storage facilities and if they were doing auctions, and you bet your ass that every single one was promoting when they were doing like auctions like that. And people were definitely, like you said, were showing up to these things like, yeah, I've been watching the show a little while, know what I'm doing.
It's the excitement of opening up a high stakes pack of Pokemon cards and you might make a friend.
Facts, dude.
But I feel like any South Jersey storage facility, if you opened up any given like locker, whatever it is, behind it's most likely some shit that would like be for sale at the Columbus flea market. Like, you guys ever go there?
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of like knockoff deodorant or something. Like,
I
it's
never go there. That's where I learned and failed to learn to shoplift, dude. Are you kidding me?
you got caught shoplifting at a flea market?
Well, yeah, but you can just run away at the flea market. But it's where I trained, dude. That's where I trained for my later shoplifting.
It's more catch and release for him. Just, oh, I would have got it.
That's what we used to do. We used to do the pass 'em around. We called it the ooh, look at this, right? And you grab something, you go, oh, look at this, and you pass it to your friend, and then someone else grabs something and goes, oh, look at that, and then you just right in front of the people, you just pass everything around, and you take so many things off the shelves that they don't even remember what you were doing. It works pretty good.
That's like the type of people that would come up to me when I was working the cash register at Wawa, and they would hit you with the change confusing game, where they would try, like, let's say the total's like $13.51. They give you a 20, and then they're like, oh wait, I have 51 cents, but then let me give you a 5, give me my 20 back. They just do a bunch of shit to try and confuse you,
dude.
And they did every single fucking time. It's like, because I have no business running anything that has to do with numbers. I should be outside pumping gas where I just push 2 buttons and do that. So they would get me every now and then. End of the shift, they'd be like, hey, why is your till missing $50? It's like, I don't know. Ask the fucking guy that came in here and tried to pay.
Because someone asked me to do $50 worth of math, idiot.
But that's fantastic. You do the look at this in the Columbus Market. That's where I got my first pair of brass knuckles. Was at the Columbus Flea Market. And we also bought.
That's what we call a hand job in our area.
Yeah. Get a whole brass knuckler. You ever get one of those? Brass knuckler is what you could call a hand job from a Latina. She's got so many bracelets and rings on her hand.
Jergens, dude.
So we actually bought an airsoft gun at the Columbus Flea Market.
Hell yeah.
And it had a laser on it. We went into the indoor part where they have the pizza, which I believe the guy, Dave Portnoy, did a review of that pizza one time.
That place is burned down. Did they rebuild it?
I think they did.
Katie's and Al's. Is
shit,
the
really?
there, yeah.
Katie's and Al's?
Yeah,
like the name Katie and Al? Okay.
It's Amish, though, isn't it? They have some Amish food
Oh, yeah,
there.
they have the Amish market there, too, but the pizza place was like Katie's.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
There's an Amish woman named Caitlin.
No fucking way.
No shot, dude. Not only that, Katie, she's a little more fun.
Nah, she's just trying to gentrify her name so she fits into Columbus a little better.
Amish don't claim to be Amish because Amish don't talk to people like you and me. If someone's claiming to be Amish, they're fucking snake oil.
No,
dude.
we're just customers to them.
Yeah.
They're like, you want us to build you a shed?
I was just going to say, they're only going to make conversation with us if we're asking them to build a shed.
And I'll tell you what, yes, I am, because they have just a quality to their work.
And they get it done in they could build you a shed in like an hour.
They never checked Twitter one time while on the job site.
No.
Not one time. Nothing but goddamn undivided attention.
So we bought these airsoft guns and they had lasers on them. So we went into the pizza place and we were sitting there and we pointed the lasers on the wall and where the cash register was. There was a woman at the cash register and she sees these lasers hit the fucking wall. She put her hands up. The entire staff put their hands up. They thought they were getting held up by these teenagers there with airsoft guns. And then we just quickly put them back in our waistbands where they belong.
Anyone who's robbing the flea market really needs the money.
But yeah, dude, that's where you go to get all your knockoff stuff.
Did your brass knuckies, were they punchers or were they stabbers?
Oh, dude, I got them right over here. Hold on. Yeah, dude, this is a show and tell part of the podcast.
So you haven't been there, Jeff, but like they had like weapons everywhere, right? And they would have brass knuckles, but they would also have ones that were like Voldo from Soul Calibur, and they would have like giant swords on the end.
Oh, damn, dude. I thought this was going to be like the hand job situation.
No, dude.
I thought I was about to get an Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, imagine getting hit in the face with that, though.
I'm going to be honest with you. My bones, just as fucking hard, dude.
Yeah.
This would be nothing. This would actually be softer than a punch from me.
You would hurt the guy's hand that had them on there.
I might break those brass knuckles.
And then you're going to see somewhere in like your dad's journal that he got punched with brass knuckles at one point.
Can you just imagine having just a dead even 50-50 fight where you're like, God damn, bro, none of us got the edge. If I just had some harder knuckles, I would have beat that dude's ass.
Who was the person who went to the blacksmith and described what they needed?
And I needed specifically to be brass. Not lead, not any of that fucking tungsten bullshit. I want
There's
brass.
something about brass ass really breaks a dude's jaw. Really dislocates that mandible.
You know what's funny is that they would sell them and they somehow legally got away with it as paperweights. They're like, they're just paperweights. It's like, okay, could I put a loaded handgun on the table and say, here's a paperweight for you?
It's a 12 gauge for you.
It's they actually would always be belt buckles. They had them where they had little screws in the middle, and you could put it as a belt buckle. But then you had a legit pair of brass knuckles too. It was pretty wild.
You could almost sell it as if it's like a fucking crown. You know what I mean? If you just kind of sharpened the edges a little bit, really make them devastating brass knuckles, you'd be like, dude, this is just royalty.
Yeah,
you wouldn't get it.
I have seen multiple quinceañeras where they have a crown made out of brass knuckles.
I'd love to like spin it like it was a revolver, like out of the
fire,
pocket.
dude. No, that didn't get what it deserved. That was
sorry.
fire.
Oh no! It's funny. I had to beep out an entire 15 minutes of an episode with the Handsome Homos, Mike Persons and John Montag, Jerry. What's his name? Because they were on here and they just went wildly out of control and started doing accents and they were pretending to propose to each other as what do you call the cholos? Like South Central cholos or some like LA cholos, and they were doing a whole proposal with brass knuckles as the ring. It went out of control, and as a feminist podcast, we just couldn't support it.
Now Matt, I can see it happening too, right? Just because he's a little baby boy. Matt's just a little baby boy. John, he's 98 years old. He's got to grow up. He's got to fucking grow up.
They don't have a cell of melanin between the two of them
dude, John.
to rub together and make a freckle. Are you kidding me? Matt Peoples is the only albino Irish with no freckles, dude. It's crazy.
It is wild how he's able to get away with half the shit that he does.
He looks like a marble statue that someone put a clown wig on.
Holy shit, the dogs are starting to knock shit over now.
Listen, dude, my beer's empty. If you want to give me a refill, you can, all right? You don't have to point it out for everyone.
So, we can, we're like about an hour in here. We can get a few more chuckles and zingers out of this as I toss around my aluminum bottle.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Brendan's in Cancun. Have you guys ever been to Cancun?
I went to Mexico recently. Much better experience then because I went to Honduras right after that.
Ooh.
And I got them fucking sand fleas. Dude, it was not fun.
Wait, you got actual sand fleas?
Dude, sand fleas. They burrowed and bit into our skin, and we took them home with us.
Holy shit.
Dude.
When did you notice that they were not
we noticed
disgusting,
we noticed pretty immediately that we had these little like bites on us, but we were like, they're probably just like little bites. And then like the munchkin, the cupcakes and the muffins. It was just little bites. And then
this is just little bites. This is fine. I just went to a foreign country and got a bunch of little
bites.
puncture wounds
Little
on
bites.
me. This is normal.
Dude, and then as soon as we got back, it was like we were just nonstop itchy, and I was like, we kind of went to a tropical place, but we really went to like just one of those island trash locations.
Yeah.
That was like, this is fancy. You're like, no, it's not, dude. This is just part of the ocean that you guys somewhat claimed, and now we pay money to swim in it.
Yeah.
Calling them sand fleas makes them sound exotic, but if you live in a sand country, they're just fucking bugs.
They're like, don't go in the water, but they're like, you guys should go in the water. So hopefully Brendan's not getting, listen, when I went to Mexico, I swear to God, this lady walked around the beach with a drink menu, and then another lady walked around with a pharmacy menu, and she was selling pills on the beach.
Nice.
And I swear to God, like, they handed it to our like one friend, and he was like, can I get like a painkiller? And we're like, bro, that's not the drink menu. Like, that's not the drink menu. I know you think it is. It is not. They're trying to give you Oxycontin.
It's like she's a Mexican mule.
Damn.
No, you can't order that. She's carrying drugs.
What would be a drink name on the pill menu then? Is like a sex on the beach, like roofies or something? What would that be categorized as?
I don't do because they offer.
Depends on who gave you the menu.
They offer like different services in Mexico. They'll be like, dude, you can go kayaking. You could get a massage. You're like, why would I get a massage on the beach? You're like, I don't know. But sodas are the cheapest thing here. French fries are $12. We will bring it to you right now in your kayak. You're like, dude, can I just have a normal beach trip?
All of those things are just like the spit shoe shine of a resort. Like, they're just like, what can I do for $1 today?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that is true. They're just looking at any which way possible. Some of it doesn't make sense, but you just go with it.
caviar polisher here. Polish your caviar.
Dude, my wife got sand fleas in Sea Isle. So,
Oh,
I mean,
what the fuck?
I mean, dude, they're all over the place. Yeah, I didn't get them, but they got them all in their fucking,
I did a rinse in Sea Isle. That's what it was. I got back. I just did a quick little soak. Just want to get these guys out of here.
Well, yeah. You just dip down in some of that toxic water that they call the Jersey Shore.
Dude,
I
tell
know
you-
sand fleas to be like not that small. What do you mean they burn in your skin?
Not the
I know them to be like this big.
Not
yeah.
not like
Those
I know which ones you're thinking of. They're like, I don't know. I'm trying to remember the other name for them. Like almost like chiggers.
yeah.
Oh,
Like Chiggerland.
Jesus,
Like
dude.
you guys have heard of it, right?
Yeah, chiggers are the ones that like get under
They're
your
the
skin.
worst. We hate them.
Yeah.
Dude, it was honest to God though, I remember leaving that and I was like, yo, I know that was like an expensive little resort thing we went to. Bro, that was fucking poverty. We just literally left poverty and they sold it to us like it was
What resort did you go to in Cancun?
well, so I went on a cruise. So then I stopped in Mexico and I stopped
fuck.
in. Dude, I went to when they went, we're gonna go snorkeling and they give us the snorkel equipment.
Yeah, and it's like
And you're
used from somebody else a minute ago.
Yeah, you're like, bro, can I watch you guys clean it or what? Like, you just dumped, did somebody just put their mouth all over this and you threw it back in the chest?
Literally what they do is they have a little bucket of water that they throw some like soap inside of and they just dunk it in and take it out and they're like, it's clean.
The guy was spraying Raid over the bar and the drinks because he's like, the bugs are bad. And I was like, I guess I'll die. Yeah. Let me have that fucking pina colada, brother.
Yeah, why don't you just mix that pina colada with some Roundup while we're at it and we'll all take shots. Like, this would be great.
They gave me, I asked for something and they told me no. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, you want I forget what it was called, like the Surgeon Storm. And I was like, is it good? Like, what's in it? They go, you're going to love it. They give it to me. The first time I get it, it's orange, right? So I'm like, oh, it's a tropical orange beverage.
Yeah.
The second time they give it to me, also orange. The third time they give it to me, it is green and brown. And they go, here you go. I go, it's not what I ordered. They go, yeah, it's the Surgeon Storm. I go, that's impossible. The one I just had was orange. And they go, it's just the coloring we use. And I go, what does that I drank it? Bro, it was the same exact drink. It tasted just like the orange one. I was like, how is one brown? And how is one bright fluorescent yellow and orange?
Yeah, and how's it are they putting food coloring in there?
I have no, they're just like, oh yeah, the Americans love little fruity drinks,
yeah.
dude. They were just fucking like pretty pattying them from SpongeBob.
Just put that umbrella toothpick in the top and they'll fucking
dude.
love it. John Taffer's in the back just talking about the atmosphere. Shut it down!
He would shut it down. Yes, he would shut it down.
So, no, we shut it down. The stress test didn't work. And then,
You're an ass.
get the fuck out of this bar. And then, God, that show, you know what that show did to me? Every time I go into a bar around here and it's a nice atmosphere with cute little drinks and stuff, I'm just like, it's a fucking scam. They're doing this to raise the prices by 300% because John Taffer said they could. And I get fucking livid about it. I was like, just give me a trashy drink and
You're
a
a dive bar guy.
Yeah, dive bar. Jay's elbow room.
Did you ever work in the service industry?
I did not.
All
no.
right, so dude, like, and the worst part is that the managers think that they're fucking like geniuses. I swear to God, I had a restaurant manager come up to me and say, "So I was reading this article last night,
First mistake.
and it was pointing out that if you sell more expensive items to your guests." And they still tip 20%, you'll get more money at the end of the day. You should be upselling them on things, and you'll get more money. I was like, are you fucking stupid, dude? I was like, how did you think I was feeding myself? Like,
Yeah.
do you imagine thinking so low of your employees that they'll like, they don't even know this is a job.
Yeah, dude. They try to, dude. That is the corporate salesmen who aren't salesmen. They're just corporate guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember Chick-fil-A. They'd be like, guys, there's no difference between us and Olive Garden. And I'd be like, Olive Garden doesn't have a drive-through. And they're like, this is not a fast food restaurant. We're so much closely more associated with like an Applebee's or something. We're quick service. And I was like, dude, all of your employees are 16. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? If I can throw away whatever my food came on, it's not a restaurant, idiot.
Yeah, that is true.
And guess what? If the person who made this isn't on Perks right now, it's not a restaurant.
Yeah, dude. I swear to God, the entire kitchen staff better be getting fucked up after my meal. Everybody, the goddamn dishwashers better be drinking tequila in the back.
And how many of the cooks has the girl that's taken my order fucked? It better be 4 or more.
Dude, she's one Pablo away from a bingo.
I never worked in the service industry. I worked in retail. I worked at Under Armour in college at an outlet out near Hershey.
That's so like model.
I wish, dude.
Nice burn. He's so handsome.
I'm just standing up there, and it's like, this isn't the model that's got a 6-pack. I'm like the dad that gave up 5 years ago. It's like, I'm just wearing the hoodie because it looks good on me while I'm wearing clothes. Like,
you have the baggier stuff.
Yeah,
you're like, bro, you can look really good in this stuff.
You just have to look good with clothes on. That's my goal. Like, I got the baggy hoodie with the baggy sweatpants. I got my Under Armour sneaks on right now. Oh, the haters
dude.
fucking love these.
I love the loyalty.
Look at the grass stains on the white soles too. You see them suckers?
I love the loyalty to Under Armour.
Yeah.
That's how I know that lawn is cared for.
Have you seen those crisp edges when you guys were walking up? Holy
like,
shit.
Smell my soles. Guess where I've been.
So I when I worked there, it was the same deal. We were in college. It was like good pay for college students. But the manager that oversaw the entire store, which is a pretty big store for a Tanger outlet in Hershey, you know, it's pretty not ritzy area, but like upper middle class. A lot of people spending money.
They got chocolate lampposts there.
Fuck yeah. People would come from Hershey Park into the outlets, and then Trogues Brewery was right next door. So around the holidays, people would go get some Mad Elf, get lit up, and then come over. All the parents with their babies in strollers that are too wasted to drive are just going through the outlets, dropping coin everywhere.
Mad Elf is dangerous.
Yeah, it is. So they great location for it, but the manager was like 23, and we're all like 20. And she would constantly talk to everybody like, listen, I've been doing this full time for years now, like 3. And let me tell you about how the retail industry works. And it was very much like what you were saying with somebody like, did you know? Like, I'm going to teach you a little Econ 101 here. If you upsell on certain price, the tips that you'll get will be even higher.
But you know what though? I worked in everything, dude. Food, service industry, retail, everything like that. Is there anything funnier though than somebody who worked in the service industry telling somebody else at a different restaurant that they worked in the service industry?
You don't get it, dude.
Dude, it's
You've never worked a restaurant.
No, you guys act like you guys are
it.
Army veterans who are fucking passing each other, being like, "Oh, sick patch, brother." You guys are like, "What kind of a fucking operating system are you guys checking people out on?"
All right, imagine like this. Imagine you went to go fucking meet your girlfriend's parents, right?
Yeah.
And her dad goes to shake your hand, and he goes, "Just so you know, I curse a lot and smoke weed. You're welcome to too." Fucking hell yeah, dude.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? What are you fucking? What the fuck are you talking about?
You went there going to be on your best behavior because you're like, oh, these people could fucking ruin my life. This sucks. But then you tell them, hey, guess what, dude? You could fucking smoke at the table. You could do whatever.
No.
I'm a waiter too. It's
No.
chill. Dude,
No.
it's so...
That's
you don't get
not
it,
a
dude.
direct
Because you've
comparison.
never worked in a restaurant. You don't
Dude,
get it.
yes, I have worked in a restaurant. That is also not a direct comparison because here's the deal. It's the fact that you guys are trying to, like, be their friend. It's like you walking up to the waitress and you're like, sorry about them. I actually am also in the service industry. I'm a waiter as well. Bro, it's the lamest fucking thing.
Dude,
it's so lame to be like, I also hand out Shirley Temples.
Exactly why we do it, though. You're exactly why we do it.
But I'm a great customer and guest. I don't
understand,
fucking like cause any issues. You're talking the waitress's ear off.
Do you see your fucking face, dude? If I was your waiter, I would be like, oh, this guy's gonna be so mad if I fucking forget his little umbrella. I gotta make sure I'm super nice to this
First of all,
guy.
I didn't get a little umbrella, and you're the one who's scared in this situation, not me. So let's hold on a second.
Because I make
Beta.
20 cents an hour unless you like me.
And I'll tip you nicely, but I'll do that because I respect what you do. I don't need my friend to tell that waitress how much more he respects her than me. Bro, I'll do it on the tip. I got you. I got the respect. I don't need to tell you that I also
missing
can't
the forest
go to...
for the trees. Missing the forest for the trees.
Rusty's like, did you also miss Father's Day? Weekend shifts, am I right? You're like, shut up.
See, you don't get it. Weekend shifts are great. That's where you make all your money.
No, I know.
Fucking poor idiot.
No, I know. And all your friends hang out on Wednesday mornings.
Working Wednesday lunch, this guy.
Rusty
working brunch shifts.
Rusty's schedule was I wake up at 3 p.m. and I work until 3 a.m. What a life. What a life. How was it?
It was so tight for a second.
How was it rubbing down my table? How was that? Dude,
You take lemons in your water?
no.
You take lemons in your water?
Gay, dude.
No one's ever washed a lemon before they put it in your water.
I was just going to ask. Can you
Never,
lemon in my
ever,
water.
ever. I worked at a Del Frisco's. I worked at a fancy restaurant. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter. They don't wash your fucking lemons, you sourpuss.
Doesn't affect me, dude. I drink Coca-Colas like a man.
When I was in North Carolina a couple weeks ago, I saw the bartender go to the back, come out with just a bunch of limes and lemons and put them down on a cutting board, just with her hands, just moving everything all over, not wearing anything. Didn't go back and like serve people drinks and go back to hand slicing these lemons and grabbing them by the inner parts and just throwing them in the bartender thing. So I'm like, oh my God, that's got it. Like, I like a good gin and club with a lime, but not if it's been through 90 hands.
That's what I never got is at the bar, it's like, if you're serving a table, right?
Yeah.
And you put the lemons down, you got to put it on a fucking plate. You got to give them like a little fork for it and shit, right? At the bar, they watch you just put your hands in it and they're like, yay.
There's something about, you know what though? There's something about in the eye of the beholder that you're like, they wash them before they put them in that little bucket, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, I missed the first couple stages of this. Yeah. No, like you said, it's just a fucking dump. Just a dump.
Dude, and like literally, if there's a bucket of limes, your waiter, like if he picks one up and it's a gross lime, it's going right back in the bucket.
Yeah,
Fucking grab another one, baby.
Yeah. Dude, I will agree with you, though. I've been out with friends of mine from the service industry, and I'll leave you with a story with a guy that I worked with at Under Armour at a bar. The things went a little haywire. But anytime I go out with people who work in the service industry, you go to a restaurant, like they could work, it doesn't matter if they work at a fancy place, a not so fancy place. We could go to a fucking corner pizzeria, and we could go in and they'd just be like, I know what it's like, brother. It's like, yeah, don't worry. I'll make sure we clean up here. I know what you're going through.
I just don't know how you could hear. I was a waiter for 10 years, and I'm telling you that if you sat down at my table and said, hey, just so you know, I'm a waiter too. If you get cut or something, just let me know. That it would make my night better. So why can't you just believe me that your waiter wants to hear it?
Oh, no,
because they don't.
I'm sure they want to hear it. It's just us who didn't
don't.
work in it probably are just like, oh, that's so cheap.
Out of people that go to a restaurant, pretty wide variety of people, out of those people, how many of them maybe at one point in their lives worked in a restaurant? 50% of the establishment?
But
do they all have to tell you
right.
that they know how to make a whiskey club?
That's
like a
not
fucking
the
like
forest
what are
for
we
the
talking
trees.
about?
All right. Last attempt to genuinely make this make sense.
Let's see.
If my table is if my section's 6 tables, right? And one of them tells me, hey, I was a waiter too, then I know I can put more of my energy into the 5 tables that don't know what it's like to be me.
So when you bring up that you worked in the service industry, you're just signing us up all for worse service?
Yes.
Thanks. Wow, what a win.
100%.
What a great wow, what a
100%.
noble man you are.
100%.
Never mind, you've changed my mind. Keep bringing it up. Keep bringing it up and ruin all of your friends' experiences.
You know, the only...
My friends are my people, brother.
Your friends are waiters.
Unfortunately.
we can at least all agree that the movie Waiting was fantastic, right? I mean, that's a service
honestly,
I haven't seen it
industry.
in years.
I didn't think
man.
it would hold up at all. It kind of holds up. If you're okay with the idea that Ryan Reynolds fucks underage girls, the movie holds up great.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine
I think he
with
does that in
that.
2 different movies.
I think he does that today.
In real life. I think he does that in his own...
Not Zombieland, but wasn't he in another Adventureland?
Yeah.
Doesn't he fuck? He fucks weird. He fucks
He
like
does
underage
in
girls in that
Adventureland as
too.
well.
Yeah, wait,
Yep.
hold on a second,
Damn.
dude.
And yeah, he says, "Hey, welcome to Wrexham."
Do you guys know...
Oh damn, dude.
Back in the day, I couldn't differentiate Ryan Reynolds from Dane Cook. I don't know what it was, if they were in the same movies. What was the movie Dane Cook was in where he was...
Employee of the month.
Yes, Employee of the Month. I constantly would get him and Ryan Reynolds confused in that movie. I don't know why.
They were
I think he was
very
blonde in that one.
What was that?
He was blonde in that one.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
very themselves. There's not really a lot of acting going on for either one of them. Like Ryan Reynolds, you can like appreciate, but he's pretty much the same in everything.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's like there's just certain people that you cut. Like there was a point in time where I would just confuse Mel Gibson and George Clooney.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know, one of you guys are saving banks and other one of you guys are saving Scotland or something, right? Like you guys are doing some similar shit, right?
Other one's screaming about the Jews.
Yeah,
Maybe
similar
both of them are. I
vibes.
don't
I
know.
think they all are in one way or another. You're working in Hollywood, you're screaming about the Jews. Could be good, could be bad.
Yeah. Although I can kind of resonate with the service industry comments because I did pump gas at Wawa, and anytime I go get gas, I kind of like initially I would be like, yeah, I used to do the same thing, brother. But what it would always come down to is I would kind of sympathize with them and let them know, like, you don't have to come back to my pump. I'll get out and do it myself. But then after a while, I'm like, why am I creating myself work? I was like, it's time for me to sit back and let somebody else do it. I don't know. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Here's my thing. If I walked into like a Home Depot and I was like, I used to be a cashier, they would look at me and go, cool, dude.
Because
do
you're
you want
not
your
affecting
receipt?
how much money they take home at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but I'm gonna be a good customer and tip well and treat them with respect. I don't need someone else to be like, I know how to talk to them. And you're like, yeah, I mean, we're all adults. I think I know how to talk to them.
Not everyone's gonna do that, bud.
Dude, but I hear what you're
There's
saying.
a night where
There's
nights where I worked 8 hours and made $60.
When you tell somebody that you also work in the service industry, it's not for them. It's for you.
See, all right. Has
for
anyone ever
you.
come up to you and said, "Hey, just so you know, I have a big dick"?
Yes.
All right, never mind. This joke doesn't work.
Just like-
I was gonna say that's another thing that we do. Waiters, we say that. Big dick guys, we say that. It makes sense that you're not in the loop.
You guys
I
are
know.
all in the same
Not in
group.
the dick loop.
I could have easily said no, but I knew you were going with it.
All right, cool.
So I had to kill it.
I love you, dude.
I had to kill it.
That's fantastic. It's
What did your Under Armour buddy do?
Oh,
wrap
yeah,
it up.
yeah.
Promise the people. You promised them.
This is the story we'll end on here, and then you guys can let me know if there's anything relevant to it that you'd like to share. My manager at Under Armour, not the main one that was 23 that I was talking about, but another guy who was there for quite a while. Good friend of mine when I was in college there, but he was just a manager there. And he had this one buddy who went by the name Shit Pants. That's how you knew.
He went by it.
That was his nickname, was Shit Pants. And he didn't work at Under Armour, but he was there a lot. I don't know why, but he hung out there, and he would come around closing time when the manager and I, like, we would have similar shifts, and it would close, and then we would go to a bar in Hershey somewhere. There was this one place called the Gas Station that was like an old gas station that turned into a club, and I had a fake ID. We were there with Shit Pants. It was always a great time. Shit Pants got his name because he worked in the service industry. He worked at a Fuddruckers. And he showed up. He worked there for like a week. He was a week in, and he showed up and shit his pants one day, an hour into his shift, and he just left.
He rucked Fud.
Hey, by the way, that's the move. You leave. You leave, bro. You got 7 hours left. You leave.
Yeah.
Well, you try to get your deposit back on the uniform.
You just walk back. I'm gonna take my lunch. You're like, you just got here.
So yeah, he just
my
left.
breakfast.
They tried calling him. He never called them back. That was just the end of it. I mean, and he just, like, I think he never even got paid for what he was there for. But then ever since then, he just went by Shit Pants. And then one night at a bar, my former manager went into the back room of the bar, like with their kitchen area. Obviously, they weren't serving food at this point. It was like karaoke night. He went back there, and he comes out like a minute later, and he holds up like sets of knives, and he's like, "Look what I found back there," into a crowded bar. And then somebody comes running, "What the fuck are you doing with that?" And we got thrown out of the bar, and all on karaoke night, and we're never allowed back in there. And that's my
your
story.
Service industry story?
Yeah.
And
One
that
guy-
was Brendan Donegan.
And you see how it all ties back, where one of them was a guy that shit his pants while serving. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
I actually prefer saying waiting, but yeah.
serving at Fuddruckers. He shit his pants, and the other time was going into the back room and pulling out a set of knives in a crowded bar. I mean,
I think this might be less of a service industry story and more of a shit pants story. To be perfectly honest.
Now every time he goes to Fuddruckers, he's like, I actually shit my pants here once. I'm actually pretty familiar with the back kitchen and the back bathroom. I used to work here.
I've gone back there a few times. Yeah.
I know what it's like to serve French fries and really pay for it.
I have an important question. What was Shit Pants' first name?
I couldn't even tell you, dude. That's the
I was
problem.
praying it started with F because we call him like Fuddrucker Frankie or something.
I just wanted to know how much shorter it was than Shit Pants, because not a lot of names are longer.
Shit
For it
Pants
to be a
rolls off-
nickname.
Shit Pants rolls off the tongue so nicely. And it's always a conversation starter, you know? Like, how'd you get the name Shit Pants?
Like, yo, is that shit pants
Did,
Sean?
like, girls he dated call him that?
Dude, I don't even.
Yeah.
You know what?
They were into it.
The last I saw of him, he stopped going by Shit Pants, and he left another job that he had, because I only knew him through my manager. And after a while, I'd be asking about Shit Pants. He'd be like, "Yeah, I don't really talk to him anymore. He stopped doing drugs, and now the girl he was with was a fucking smoke show. Like, he just got off of heroin and stopped going by Shit Pants, and he's like dating a dime. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Who would have guessed it was the only thing holding him back?
Legally changed his name to SP Fuddrucker. So
And now he owns 4 chains of Fuddruckers.
Dude, one of his friends just sits him down. I'm thinking maybe you stop going by shit pants. He's like, do you think it's time? He's like, yeah, dude, you're 27. He immediately just cleans up his life.
I'm just picturing like a How I Met Your Mother where he's like explaining to his kids the story. He goes, and then he told me to stop calling myself shit pants and changed my life.
And that's how I met your mother.
Oh my God. This would be a series or a documentary that I would watch. Like somebody turning their life around from being shit pants to like just banging tens. Like I would watch that.
And that's an underdog story.
Yeah, that is a true miracle on ice. It'd be the miracle inside of a Fuddruckers. And I would pay to watch it. Will you guys have any parting words for fellow South Jerseyans that are dumb enough to listen to this?
Yeah. If you guys have a free couch, I'm in the market.
You really need a free couch, huh?
We're setting up like the basement area for like our podcast similarly, and I was like, it would just be really nice to not spend money, but also have a place for people to sit.
Hell yeah, dude!
It's really not for me; it's just for our guests, who I will treat like garbage.
Imagine how funny it would be to watch our podcast and to like see us like laugh and put our face on the couch and be like, "Yo, I farted and came there." Like,
well, somebody on
give me your farty cum couch.
One of the ones that said this is just a cleaning stain, and I was like, "What am I supposed to just believe you?"
Yeah,
dude, it's a huge stain. They go cleaning stain. I go, I don't know. What are we doing?
If that's a cleaning stain, then what's the rest of the couch?
Yeah, I'm gonna need your guys' help getting me out of this. I might like rip a hole in my pants from the stains on this thing. I'm stuck to this thing. It's like Velcro. But you can see we obviously did the same. We invested in furniture for our guests as well.
No, but this is sick because it comes with a cup holder.
Yeah, it comes with a cup holder. You could fit a flask in there. You could fit a tall boy of Busch Light. Not the fucking regular Busch Lights. The Busch Light camo cans, because we're fucking classy. And we will bring these to Little League games. So why don't you guys
and the peach Busch Lights.
Yeah, those things.
I'm not above those.
Those things can get a toothless white girl wet. Yeah, I fucking bring those to every Little League game in the fall that I can. Fall baseball, a little nippy outside, that'll get the women going. You guys have, you want to talk about your podcast?
Oh, dude. Well, you know the name. You love the name. You love the cast. Big Boy Mountain. Fucking streaming everywhere?
Dude, all we do is get guests on to reveal their fucking inner, deepest, darkest secrets. Maybe not even the secrets. Even if you just want to reveal stuff that everybody, knows. Like maybe you shit your pants and everybody calls you that. That's just being vulnerable on the cast. You know we're going to get fucking Danny Callahan on there. Going to make him fucking tell all his deep, dark secrets.
Now, has anybody come on and revealed secrets that were kind of admitting to a crime that's gone unsolved?
People have, like, doxed other people for crimes semi-accidentally.
We've gotten stuff where they're like, we'll tell you off air, and we're like, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Fuck yeah.
What comics have sent me dick pics and stuff like that.
That shit. Or like, even we had Brendan on, and he told us a story about how he knocked somebody out, but then also got jumped right afterwards. And you're like, damn, that was sick, because you could have just stopped at the first part.
Yeah, that's such a bad boy move. I would have thought that like the baddest thing that Brendan's done is just like left his diabetes medication at home, but apparently he's just knocking bros out.
Listen,
was it a man or was it a woman
that Brendan knocked out?
Yeah.
Oh, just 3 little girls. 3 little girls,
and
dude.
this was a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Hey, they were tough. They were sailors on the sail ship Lollipop.
You think Brendan's in Cancun for his honeymoon? He's running from the law.
They're looking for a guy that looks like he could be anywhere from the 5th grade to the 7th grade, and he's got a couple of black eyes.
This just in, fellow students, Brendan Donegan on the wham.
Well, thank you guys for knocking it out of the park for yet another episode of the Bad Boy program. Hit our hotline up. Send us some nudes, send us some dick pics or death threats, 856-617-4626.
Send us some dick threats.
Yeah, and then message these guys on their podcast program at the Big Boy Mountain. Is that your tag handle on the Instagrams?
Yeah, that is at Big Boy Mountain. We're also accepting our new segment, MILF Mail. We want, it's nothing sexual. We just want some MILFs out there to tell us about how they've embarrassed or been disappointed by their child.
Yeah, we want you to air why you're embarrassed of your children, and we just want some mommy mountain visitors.
Mommy mountain visitors.
Come and hang your bra on our clothesline. Air out that dirty laundry.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna find some moms to call into this program.
God, that would make my life.
I'll come in and have some moms I find on Craigslist reveal some shit.
Please,
God.
Hey, this mom is also a free couch.
I'm gonna bring over a lady I met on Craigslist if that's all right.
Fucking love you, dude.
Fucking love this. Well, thank you guys again. We'll see you later.
Kisses.